good stuff to talk about. Let's get down. Let's get busy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Alpha Traders. What a day, cryptocurrency land. So, anyway, let's see here. One, two, three, four, five. I don't know. For about the last 6 weeks, I've been talking about Bitcoin rejecting off the 95.4 Laplace distribution range projection from the 41K low. As soon as it dropped down into this 68.3% Laplace distribution range, this wick went down and tested that 68.3. I was like, bet. You can go back in the videos. I said we are going to go down and retest that wick. It's definitely going to happen. We even exceeded it a little bit. But this whole week, I've been talking about the 95.4 Laplace distribution range on this weekly candle to the downside was right on top of the second standard deviation normal distribution and this 68.3 Laplace distribution range projection. So it did that 95.4 Laplace range hit when I was still laying in bed, by the way, which sucks. But anyway, it's all good. Well, let's see. What was that range? The 95.4 Laplace distribution range, $40,614. Price, BTC USD index went down to $40,615 and bounced $1,500. Okay, if you're watching this on YouTube for the first time, drop the zeros and get with the heroes. I mean, give me a break, man. I don't even know how to explain this stuff anymore. The algorithms are programmed to trade these levels. Bitcoin's worth over $41,000 right now, almost $42,000, and Bitcoin went down within $1 of the 95.4 Laplace and bounced there. You see any other YouTube Jimmies out there talking about that level that I've been talking about all week? I saw other people, oh, we're going to 39 right now. It bounced on the 95.4 Laplace. I'm not saying it can't go lower. I'm just saying when price was going to get to that level, we were going to see a bounce. And that's exactly what happened. Could this be the bottom? This is what everybody's asking. And everybody's using traditional technical analysis to try to figure out what's going on in this market. You're never going to do it, man. You're just not going to do it. The stuff is worthless. I'm telling you right now, if you want if you want to know exactly what's going on with this market, number one, you need to understand volatility, not volume. Volume, order book bullshit. Throw it out the window. It makes no fucking difference. Yes, I'm cussing. It's worthless crap, man. Volatility, probability, and statistics is all that matters when you're trading these markets. I don't care what markets you're trading. I don't care if your kid's in the backyard trading freaking Pokemon cards or some bullshit. Teach them volatility, probability, and statistics. He'll own everybody's Pokemon cards in the neighborhood. Turn them into a little entrepreneur early in life. Start to learn this stuff. If you're watching these YouTube videos, start Googling words you hear me talk about. Just Google them. Start studying, right? This is what I did. I was listening to people that knew about this. Instead of asking questions, I started doing my own research, started realizing, well, why can't I find, number one, you can't find a ton of information about this stuff online, especially when it has to do with trading. There's a reason for that. The high frequency trading firms, the hedge funds, the big options traders, they don't want people to know about this stuff, or it would be mainstream. It's not mainstream. They've been taking advantage of retail traders for decades. Alpha Trading has taken it to another level. They've all used volatility. They have all used projection models, right? To see what standard deviations on projections prices and markets are hitting, because it's all about probabilities and percentages. And when your first standard deviation range is 68.3, your second is 95.4, and your third is 99.7, that's normal distribution. right? Normal distribution only has standard deviations, where Laplace distribution, there's no standard deviations. It's just probability percentage levels, the same to be exact. So it's very powerful. And when you understand what those ranges mean, when the Bitcoin data set is within inside this 68.3% range, right, of this projection, there's a 68.3% chance Bitcoin's data set stays in here. This is why if we drop outside of here, if we drop it, let's see, even the second standard deviation is about $40,250. If Bitcoin were to go down here coming into this weekend and drop below there and start closing daily candles, guys, it could be a major shit show. I'm telling you, think this is a dump? It starts to get real sketchy when you get outside this 68.3% range. Because when Bitcoin breaks these ranges, do they get respected? I don't know. You tell me. I can start a projection anywhere on any time frame chart and show you where price action stops. If it's a super big pump, usually it's going to stop or dump, stop at the 99.7 Laplace distribution range. Did it? Yeah, to the dollar. Sucked up from there, found support back up inside the 95.4 and then launched back up. Hit some daily or hit some of these weekly, like 68 point, or this is the 95.4 Laplace on the weekly. No, that was the 68.3 to the top side. Got stopped there. We open up the next weekly candle. Where does Bitcoin go to? To the dollar, the 95.4% Laplace distribution range to the downside. Laughing my ass off. Bilbo, did you get abducted? What happened to Bilbo? I have no idea what just happened. Is there any spaceships up out here? Some what the fuck, man? My internet just boop. But I'm back. And I was ranting, I believe, about the Laplace distribution showing on these weekly candles. So let's continue. MJ can edit that. But yeah. Where was I? Holy crap. Let me get back here. Yeah, I was right up here running. Do you see how all these weekly candles are hitting these Laplace distribution ranges? This is where I left off. So we get this week. We had a little relief right here, right? And that was the week of September 13th. We get this next week, immediately dumps down 95.4 Laplace, pulls back up. Now, that right here 41K low on this weekly candle. This is where I have this projection starting, right? And we immediately in the next few weeks run up and reject off the projection of the 95.4 Laplace. But you can literally see on every one of these candles, we're either hitting a normal distribution range or a Laplace distribution range every week. It's just one after another, just like this week. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, we just hit the 95.4 Laplace distribution range within a dollar. Within a dollar. Do we understand? Right? So, why did it bounce from there? Because all the algos were there buying. That's why. It's a no-brainer. When you learn how to trade this way, everything starts to become real clear, right? You want to be on a winning team, right? Most retail traders, they're just wrecked. You guys see Twitter? Have you seen Twitter? All the other discords, people are just crying, 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 crying. Um, Hold on, crying about losing money. It's ridiculous. So anyway, this on vibrate. Goodness. And why are they crying? Well, because most of these idiots just couldn't get out of their longs. Hello? You would think time after time after time after time after time of losing money, you would fucking figure it out. But people don't. People don't figure it out, right? What the hell's happening over here? Let me go to whoops, their stream chat. Doing. Is that what happened? Bing bang. That looks real familiar. Which one is that? Is that one I have? Or is that Alpha Tradings? Which quantum's that, MJ? Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube for the first time, we bounce around a little bit here. Yeah, that's good, good, good. Yeah, that's a good one too, man. It's got the Solstein in the good background. To be honest, I'm waiting for that damn floor of those to go up so I can buy more whales. We'll see what happens. So let's get back over here. This is why we use the Laplace distribution projection and current candle probability levels, right? Bottom line. I mean, I talk about it, I talk about it, I talk about it in every stream. We're a hidden gem over here, man. We really are. But one day, just like I said yesterday, Alpha Trading will be recognized for what they're bringing to this. Like I said, all these big firms, they've been using volatility, probability, and statistics to trade for decades, but none of them are figuring out correlating that volatility to price action, right? None of them. Hardly any. There's just a few big firms that are starting to figure out Laplace distribution and using entropy. Because what is entropy? Entropy is going to tell you whether the market's random or in trend. And to be honest, my God, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Oh, that's funny. I'm reading the chat right now. Must have found a new whale. Oh my goodness. Let's freaking go. Here, let me put it in the chat real quick so everybody can see my new precious. Where you at, Presh? There it is. Boop. Okay, back to business. Let's see here. One other thing I did notice too. Well, I've got this on the 4 hour. I guess I could go back to the daily. I can show the 4 hour here too. Why do we use log return moving averages? Why do we use reverse wave trend? Well, hell, I don't know. Look at this wick on the 4 hour right here. It rejects off the reverse wave trend. That's the white dot, white dotted line. Almost got to the reverse wave trend. It would have, but we had this log return MA it rejected off right here. Boom, to the reverse wave trend again. Rejection. Bam, rejected off the reverse wave trend again. All this setting up like this, if you know what you're looking at, you knew this was coming. You knew this was coming at some point. We got one couple last rejections off of which log MA is that bad boy? Think it's the 99 right up in there. And then boom. Now, look what's happening now. We've got the 9 length log return moving average, and we've got the 33 length log return moving average on the 4 hour. Bitcoin is rejecting off the 33 last few 4 hour candles. I'm telling you right now, Bitcoin needs to get up above on this 4 hour chart. It's all going to start here in lower time frames, right? We got to get back up above this 33 length log return moving average. And that's what that's looking at. And now look at the projection from up here, right? This is where we got back up to 52. Right? Yeah, like 52 $100 right here. Boom. And we start rejecting from there. Got outside the 95.4 Laplace distribution projection on this 4 hour. It held in the 99.7. If you were to put a normal distribution projection on this price action right here would be outside the third standard deviation. This is why a lot of big firms, the ones that are getting into the crypto market, are literally using Laplace distribution because it's a wider range. The 99.7% range will tame this beast that's Bitcoin. Nothing's like this. I don't care if this thing's going to the top side or the downside. Does anything do it like Bitcoin? Nope, sure doesn't. It's a wrecker. It will wreck you. You'll be walking down the alley. Bitcoin will jump out from behind a garbage can, grab you up, knock your teeth out, steal your wallet, run down the street, gone. This is what Bitcoin does, man. Now, if Bitcoin doesn't hold here, this is good on this 4 hour, right? Because this is a pretty, I almost want, I'm going to, before I get off this chart, I'm going to throw the projection on this big 4 hour candle and see where we're at. Probably down by the third, maybe 95.4. But from that projection up there at the top at 52, we've got an area down here coming in the next few days. because I have also talked about, let me get the exact monthly here, my friends. That first standard deviation, $39,348. 39,350. Hello. Coming into tomorrow. Here's the second 4-hour candle. That dot is right at 39,000, about $350. Busy people. That's what makes these good to see you, Sarah. Good to see you, buddy. I'll tell you what, man. I mean, I can go over here on the weekly chart, and if you just have patience, you can make a fortune just trading the weekly using these indicators. But I would say, dude, you could do the daily, right? You could swing, you could do the yeah, MJ, tell them. But if you depends on how busy people are. If you can look at the chart every couple days, stuff like that, do the daily. Because if certain levels get broke, and then you want to have that mental stop loss because you never know with Bitcoin, man. This thing can whip around. The only problem is you have to have a bigger area of you got to be willing to lose a little bit more money when you're trading those higher time frames, right? Because you can have a major pullback or pump, or whether you're long or short, and a lot of people would get out of the position, but because we have these distribution levels, we know the probabilities. Where other people, it might scare them out of their position. We have a high confidence uh, level of that Bitcoin's going to bounce or reject from these areas and continue on its path. So that's when it starts to get tricky. That's why the best way to trade volatility, probability, and statistics literally is low time frame volatility trades, man, for sure. But yeah, if you are super busy, like I know you're a poker player, which a lot of people don't give that enough respect. People don't understand the poker grind. It's I was in it for a couple of years. It's like woo! It is a grind of all grinds, man. Especially up here in Tahoe, big time. The poker room's vicious. There's a lot of good poker players. So let's see here. Look how Bitcoin just rejected right off that 33 to the dollar. That's where we just rejected from. It would be great to see Bitcoin close above 42. Right now it's at $42,059. If Bitcoin can close the day above this 33, get a little support there. Get this 9 crossing back up that 33. And for all you moving average junkies out there, these aren't exponentials. These aren't simple moving averages. These are log return moving averages. Big difference, man. Big difference. Now, let me put this up on. Or no, I was going to change this projection first. I promised. I'll break your promise, Bilbo. Let's see where this is at from this big 4-hour candle. 14 bars. Okay. Huh. Hmm. 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 But anyway, you can see immediately these two. I'll tell you what, any asset you're trading, when you see two 4-hour candles shoot outside the 99.7 Laplace distribution range, just number one, take your profit, please, for God's sakes. Take your profit because this thing is going to pull back up. There's a 99.7% chance Bitcoin's going to pull back up in this range. Did it? Yeah. Did it go back down and test it twice with 2 wicks? Yes, it did. This is what people don't understand. And I've done this before. If you have these indicators, do it for yourself because it takes some time. But when people are drawing little freaky lines on their wicks and on their candle on their data sets and stuff, this is what people don't realize. What's creating those trend lines, right? It's the distribution. That's what's creating the trend lines. 100%. I mean, I can throw a trend line on these wicks. I can see them right now. Hello? Hello? Uh, one day, one day, all the retail traders will finally figure out why they've been getting screwed for decades, right? Very few people make money. right? Very few people make money trading, as a retail trader. 100%, man. It is not easy. Nice. Good. We're glad you're here, man. We're glad you're here. I read the messages down in the ticket. I know you're busy moving and stuff. Good luck with that, by the way. I'm getting ready to do the same thing. Oh, I'm so close. So close. Probably by the end of this month, I'm gone. Or second week of February, actually. All right. Now, the VRE pretty much, and this is what, boom, boom, boom. Why do we use the volatility range estimator? Well, number one, this is price action volatility ranges, daily, weekly, and monthly, and distribution levels on the 4-hour and daily of normal distribution and Laplace distribution. So when we had this dump, where did Bitcoin go down to? Number one, on this 4-hour candle, after we had this big dump, let's see, first 4-hour candle of the day, Bitcoin goes down. Where's it bounce from? What's this blue cross line right here? That's the first standard deviation normal distribution. Show me your traditional technical analysis. Show me what Bitcoin bounced off of right there, right? You probably got nothing. This is why we use the distribution, man. So it sucks up. But that also literally, this is the third standard deviation on the 4-hour. Nope, this was. It almost got to the 3SD, right? Usually when you get when you get outside the second SD, that is literally a fat tail event on that 4-hour candle. Well, look where it sucked back up. It hit the daily, sucked back up on this 4-hour candle, closed inside the second standard deviation. Why? Well, because there was a 95.4% chance it would, right? That's why. We go sideways a little bit here. We had one wick down. The new 4-hour candle tested the bottom side of the 68.3 Laplace distribution range. Then we continue down. This green line right here is a daily price action volatility range support level. This was the S3. There was only one more. Bounced off of it perfectly. Went up. Whoop. This new 4-hour candle immediately ran up above. This is literally the bottom side of the daily 68.3 Laplace distribution range. So we ran back up inside that 68.3% range, pulled back, closed below it. At the same time, here was the second standard deviation on the 4-hour candle, right? So not only did it pretty much reject from there, I mean, we definitely went a little bit beyond it, but it's what a lot of people don't understand. You see this big, thick red line right here? That's not a resistance level for the daily price action volatility range. That is the daily range, ladies and gentlemen, and it was a freaking dollar record. I've never seen a dollar daily price action volatility range. To be honest, we got this big move down. So what's that tight range telling us when you trade volatility? That we're going to have a trending day. Has this thing trended all day? It's all over the place. I am shocked that we haven't had a big rip up out of here, because usually you're going to have a tight range like that. You could probably figure on having $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 of price action, where 43, 2, I mean, because of these moves we had, it's pretty damn close. Now, when I say trend, 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 trend. If you go to a low time frame entropy indicator, I guarantee you that you see a lot of trending. We'll go over to it here in a minute. So Bitcoin right now is up inside the daily S2, right? You see this green dotted line? That is the first support level for the weekly volatility range, which is, where the hell are you? There she blows. Up here. Here's the bottom. Here's the center. Here's the top of the weekly that got tested day one. Where are you at? Where are you at, you little booger? Hold on here. Didn't it go right to it? Yeah. Here was the new weekly. Close enough. There was the bottom of it, right? First there, yeah, first day of the week it tested it. Making sure. Oh, Bitcoin, where are you? Freaking cuck. Let's get you back in here. I would like to see Bitcoin close back up inside this 68.3% Laplace distribution range. Now remember, there's a 68.3% chance it does. So the probability is on the side of that. This is why we use this. It's all about probabilities, right? It's all math, everything. I don't care what anybody says. Everything is math. That's why the numbers are so important to me. The number system I use. When you figure it out, the numbers are very important. I'm I'm probably preaching to the choir to say, Ron, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. He's a professional poker player. Do you guys know that some of the best traders come from poker? Because they understand percentages, right? They understand these things. I mean, there are a lot of great traders out there that started playing that were poker players. Poker's a dead freaking addiction, though. It's hard to get away from it. So this weekly S1 right here, you can see it is once we got below, it's a magnet, man. It's a magnet for price action. There's a lot of volatility around this area this week. So we literally coming into this new day is what sucks, man, is these daily ranges are stair stepping down. Doesn't have to happen forever. And this would be a great place to bounce, right? Hitting that weekly 95.4. But I'm going up to the higher time frame on the monthly, and the first standard deviation on the monthly is down there at 39,350, and it's matching up. Remember, it's matching up with that level on the 4 hour on that projection coming into tomorrow. So could we get a move down to that area? Yeah. Mark my words. If we get down to that monthly first standard deviation at 39,350, and we don't bounce several $1,000s out of that hole, this is not going to be good. See, we had this big drop, right? And here is where we hit this wick right here, hit the 95.4 Laplace distribution range on the weekly. We did not get a massive bounce out of here. Was there buys? Yeah, some big buys came in. But then boom, on the bottom side of the 68.3 right here, there was some bear algos just waiting. They just rejected price action. We got the Bulls better step up, man. I'm telling you that right now. But when you understand trading, you start to realize that on a big macro level, the Bulls and the Bears, they're the same people. They're the same people. And those same people get everybody all rushed into joining a gang that they're not even a part of. That they love it. They love people who are like, I'm just a perma bull or I'm just a perma bear. They just eat those people alive continually. But if Bitcoin gets down to that first standard deviation to the downside on the monthly chart, 39,350, we had better see a massive freaking bounce. Number one, get back up above that 40.6 area. First off, immediately $13, $14, $1,500 pump. Off of that first standard deviation on the monthly, back up above the weekly 95.4. Maybe we have a good weekend. Maybe we come out of this hole, but when you hit a monthly level like that and we don't have a massive bounce, I'm talking with 5K, hell, 10K, we need to get the hell out of this hole. The bulls have got to take back control or the market's going to continue to the downside. And then what are we doing? We're going to be on this monthly chart. Then we're looking at the 2SD on the monthly. It's at 32, and I've talked about that number. I've talked about the 95.4 Laplace down a little over a tick over 30K. If this first standard deviation on the monthly does not hold and doesn't kick it back up above the weekly going into this weekend, that 95.4 Laplace, this thing's going to drop. We could see 30K easily. This is how these levels work, man. If they don't hold, if those algos aren't buying hard, The sell algos, man, are still on. They're going to continue to push this market down. And then we got to find a bottom. But looking at this monthly chart, this thing is bullish. I don't care what anybody says. For God's sakes, look at the monthly chart on Bitcoin. I mean, let's not fool ourselves, right? This thing is just bullish. You can't have moves like this, right? You can't have moves like this without people taking profit. It's just the way this market works, man. That's all this is profit taking, profit taking, profit taking. But you can see on the monthly, and let me back this up one more. There we go. You can see on the monthly, right? Bitcoin went up. Did it get above the 95.4 on a wick on the monthly? Yeah, but it pulled back, closed inside it because there was a 95.4% chance to do that. Next month opens up, rejects dead off of the 95.4. Then we come back down. Where does this wick, right? Where does this wick? This was the code. This was the scamdemic dump. Went back down within probably, yeah, only about $800, tested the mean of this projection. That's what the white line is. It's the mean of this distribution. Bounced off, found support on the top side of the 68.3% Laplace distribution range. Rocket shipped up. We rejected off the 95.4. We rejected off the 95.4. Some point, we got to get back up above that. We could even take this projection on the monthly. We can move this baby right here to the candle after the old scamdemic. That's right. You know where I sit on that, right? Let's see here. And I talked about this before, right? We took off here. We got up above the 95.4, right? But listen, when you're outside here, there's literally a 95.4% chance Bitcoin was going to get back in this range. It tried there. No. It wants support on the top side of the 95.4. Another wick down. Nope. Wick right to it again. Wick to it again. We had the pump to the 70, what was it, 70K high. Now look at this monthly candle, and I talked about this already. Last month, December, we dipped below it, but it closed right above that 95.4, but opened up under it. And I'm telling you right now, that's a damn main reason why we're having this pullback on this monthly. 100%. So just by looking at pure price action, this first standard deviation on the monthly, like I said, 39,350 area would be great. Yeah, I would look for that to be the bottom. If that weekly 95.4 isn't the bottom, this sure better be. The bull algos better turn on full steam right here and continue this move, right? And continue this move. You know what? We did have this is a pretty beefy monthly candle. We could probably even throw a projection here. And that's what you'll realize. You know, you can throw these projections on any, it's really not a pivot, but we are talking about a monthly, so you can't throw one. Let's see, let's go to 16. So we start right here, right? And that was where when Bitcoin literally was at 10.5, $10,500. Right up almost to the 99.7 Laplace distribution range. Again, we found support on the top side of the 95.4. We even opened this month above it, but we're dropped below it right. That's why this 1SD has got to kick this price up. How great would it be? We do a nice little whoop-de-doo. Go down here, 39, 350 area, bounce and go up to the monthly 1SD, 58. How many people you think are going to get wrecked in these moves? The longs are already getting just direct. Let's take a peek real quick. My water, shit. Oh yeah. Let's just go to Bitcoin. Yeah. The last 24 hours, 184.31 million longs got liquidated. right? See it on the chart right here. So now, nothing like the pain from back here, right? Massive pain. That was when, yeah, Bitcoin went from what, 57 to whatever. It dropped like 10K, I think. What's that? Yeah, December 3rd. Had that big pullback. Vroom. Look at that ugly price action. Just people selling, man. People selling. Rolling hills of distribution, man. That's what we're seeing here. That's what we're seeing. Lots of longs getting liquidated. It is ugly. Now, hell, I've almost talked probably, yep, 40 minutes. Boom. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, this whole move, it's pretty much hanging down in trend. This is what we want to see. We want to see this pull back up into randomness right here, right? And start losing this correlation to the downside. I mean, these last couple 4-hour candles, the correlation is decreasing, right? You can see when it was strong, we're having the bulk of the dump. So we need this correlation on this Shannon entropy percentile to bounce right here and go back up positively correlated as the Shannon entropy is expanding. And if we can continue to go back into randomness and get this correlation decreasing, we're probably going to see a move to the top side. I mean, guys, I'll show you on the daily too. There is fucking bull div all over the place. Massive bull divergence on this 4-hour. Just in the last couple days, right? Probably 3, 2, no, about 2 days. So there's the price action on this latest on the Z score. But if you go all the way back here where it really dipped down below, the problem is though, we made our way back up to the top 99% confidence interval. So we can just shit can this area back here, this low. So really Z score, it's from right there. Got lots of bull div. Returns oscillator. What the hell? Come on now. Bull div, couple stabs, one there. So that created bull div. Did Bitcoin pop out? Yeah, it did. 2 4-hour candles. Boop, boop. Played out. Then we had another dump candle. What did it do? Created another stab of bull div. Could we get one more stab? Right? Could we get down there to that low again at 40.6 and then bounce off the zero mean again? 3 stabs is usually good to just rocket ship the hell out of some of these moves. Fisher. Low link Fisher, anyway. Bull div, couple stabs. DLP, 4-hour. Bull div, few stabs. So there's bull div everywhere on all my divergence indicators that I use. Log return Z score, returns oscillator, our Fisher indicator, and our deviation log pro, right? Deviation log pro. That is log returns weighted with the deviation. Now let me get rid of my funny little, this is the only time you ever see me drawing lines, is when I'm explaining divergence. And when it comes to divergence, I'm not tooting my own horn, but in my opinion, I have watched YouTube videos and stuff. Get out of here, man. I stand alone, to be honest, but I'm a freak of nature. Not too many people sit in front of the computers like I do. That's all I do. Let's see, let's go to a daily. the returns oscillator is actually turning back down right now, but there's bull div on the daily, and this is what you want. This is what you look for. You want to see bull when we're going to finally, when this move is going to be over, you are going to see lots of bull divergence. Now, in this case, now this is not set a bottom yet, but here's the low on the returns oscillator. Start here. And what? I mean, this is a higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Do we understand that over a long-term time series, when you continually have bull divergence build between returns and price action, at some point, you are going to see a rocket ship. You are going to see a $10,000 pop out of this hole. Mark my words. When's it going to happen? That's the question. But as of now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stabs of bull div continually building. Go to the deviation log pro. Yep. From when we got down here and tapped this 99% confidence interval, all higher lows, all higher lows. At some point, all this is going to play out for sure. But here's the kicker. Here's where you really want to see that when you're having a market pullback like this, and to be honest, let me do something. Go back to something reload it. Yes, reload, my friend. Let's get our little measuring tool here. Close enough. Yeah. Bitcoin's pulled back about 42%. 42%. Now, if you remember, here was a nasty. We talked about liquidations. I had a shit ton of them. Bitcoin pulled back 50%. Could we be getting ready to see another 50% pullback? See where that would put us. Got an idea already, to be honest. Well, looky there. Where's it at? 99.7 Laplace distribution on the weekly. Go up to the monthly here. That's kind of no man's land. It's probably about 1.5 standard deviations on the monthly. That's where it's at. Crazy. Let's go back over here. Oh, let me get on the index. It's like, why the hell am I not getting any history here? Well, that's why. One good thing, we're looking at a weekly chart. All right, if we're looking at a weekly chart, the last trend we had on the weekly was the move from about literally it started at about 8K, about $8,000, and ran all the way to 65K. Damn, Bitcoin, why is the market crashing? Oh, hell, I don't know. We just went from 8,000 to $65,000. You think people are going to be taking profits? Yeah, man, 100%. But look, it's been random ever since. These candles are color coordinated with the entropy, with the color of the entropy, right? This is all random price action. We almost got into trend on the move to the recent 70K high, right? We got up to 67, had a little pullback, boom. It almost went into trend. You can see we got a little bit of a blue color right here. We came out of trend right at the top of almost the first 65K, March 15th, 2021. Price action on the weekly has been random ever since. The correlation right now on the weekly is telling you that this move is to the downside, but the entropy has barely dropped. This is good for the bulls right now. If you see this go into trend on the weekly coming into these next couple weeks, who knows where this thing's going, man? Especially you got entropy percentile expanding right here, negatively correlated. We're talking about a weekly. Talking about a weekly. But see here. Now this is what I was talking about. Let me turn off this time frame so we get a better look here. Okay. Kind of crazy line. So now it's just building. Right? This is just building. But this is where some of the most powerful bull div on high time frames takes place. Now the weekly returns oscillator is just below the zero mean right here, okay? Price action. Obviously. Lower low. We're building bull divergence. And this is the good thing. This price can drop a lot more and still be building bull div. Strong bull div too. The lower we go. But you look at this 54 length variance log moving average, it's at 36.7, right? So for a high time frame like a weekly, I could see if we do get by on a wick past that monthly first standard deviation, this could be a good bounce spot as well. About 36.7. Really scare this shit out of people because this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to shake all these longs out of their position, right? When we got to the all-time high at 70K, 60 didn't do it, 50 didn't do it, 40 hasn't done it. There's still a ton of people sitting in longs. I'll tell you what, this thing drops below 40, you're going to see some people freaking out. You're going to see a lot more liquidations. That could create a cascade event that could drop down here to like 36 or something. And then, like I said, at some point, this thing is going to absolutely explode to the top side and leave all those people in the dust. That's exactly what these algos try to do. They try to get people so shaken up and out of their positions, and then they take off without them. And oh my goodness, what kind of fun are we having in the chat? Oh, nice. Yasha's kids are making NFTs. Jesus. Hilarious. Those are great. Makes me wish I had kids. I can't even handle 3 dogs. So me and MJ talk about it all the time. I probably wouldn't have been too good of a dad. I don't have the patience. Let's see here. Yeah, the weekly, got to get this stuff turning around. Everything on the weekly saying down, but we are building bull div. We're building bull div on the z-score for log returns, right? And the return oscillator. DLP, no. DLP's not. Just the log return z-score and just the returns oscillator. Between those and price action. This is where these big firms just haven't got it. If somehow you watch this video, come check us out in the Discord, man. I'll help you out for free. I'll show you how to correlate this stuff to price action. It's not hard. And once you do, it'll blow your freaking mind. And I'm talking about the right side over here, the correlation of volatility, the correlation of the z-score of historical volatility, the correlation of entropy to price action, the correlation of entropy percentile to price action. I don't care who you are. You want to come have a debate about it? Bring it on. Bring a lunch. Bring a hard hat because you're gonna have a rough day with Bilbo. I guarantee it. See, yes, Alpha Tigers. See here. But yeah, we're expanding volatility, negatively correlated, price down, z-score correlation going negative, z-score rising, price down, entropy dropping, negatively correlation building to the bottom. Price action down, entropy percentile going into negative correlation, expanding, price action down. Everything, all my correlation, right? All my my returns oscillator and my z-score for log return saying down, variance rising, negatively correlated. Something needs to happen here. The bulls better come out of their hole, all right? I don't know what they're doing. They're probably, I mean, the bulls rode this sucker probably all the way from the scamdemic dump of $3,800 to 65. Took a quick little, went down to Cancun for I don't know, a couple months, chilled on the beach, then rode it back up to 70K. Now they're back in Cancun drinking fucking drinks with umbrellas in them. Who knows where the bulls are at? They're partying wherever they're at. They're not worrying about the market. Well, they better soon. But these big players don't care, right? Because these big algos are the ones that are moving the damn market. When they're damn good and ready, they're going to turn the buy on, and then it's on. And that's why we use the distribution levels, because that's where they're going to do it every time. Every time. Just like the run up to 20K, right? From the September 2015 bull run. It went to the end of 2017 in December. Bitcoin rejected off the second standard deviation normal distribution right at 20K, and then dropped down to $3,100. Do you know what was at $3,100? The top side of the first standard deviation normal distribution. Then it ran up to 14K, then came back down to $3,800 and bounced. You know what was at $3,800 when it bounced there? The top side of the first standard deviation on the projection from the beginning, from way back in September of 2015. This is why the distribution plays such an important part in trading. These levels are respected 100%. So people are just like, oh, black swan event, man. It's like, no, people taking profit. Bitcoin ran from that $3,100 low at first right up to 14K, profit time. Oh, but it was the scamdemic that dumped Bitcoin. No, everybody's taking profit. And then it bounced right on the first standard deviation almost to the dollar again and ran all the way to 65K. Profit taken. Ran to 70K. Profit taking. There's a lot of people out there. Bitcoin's dead. Bitcoin's dying. It's just like, man, these people are clueless, man. Absolutely clueless. But it's all good. Time isn't over. About done. I've rambled, haven't I? What do you know? Here's another thing too on the weekly. Crying out loud. We have got to get above this Gaussian mean, turn this baby up. There's more confluence though. First standard deviation on the deviation bands around price action, $39,500. 39,350 is right where the monthly first standard deviation is on the current candle. So there you go. But like I said, you come over here onto our log return moving averages, bam, the 54 length, 36,723. At the close of this week, it's probably going to be, I'll tell you what, it's going to be funny because it's probably going to be almost 38K, which is good. Do these things hold weight? Yeah, they do. I mean, hell, when we had this last pullback on the monthly, right, to the 29K low, it bounced to the dollar off the 33. Went below the 9 right here, closed the candle right above it, launched back up to 70, came down. First one, got a little bit by the 33, but then got stuck. Price action got smashed between the 9 and the 33. Last rejection, right off the 9, below the 33. We could be heading here. Really could, to be honest. But if we do not stay above this 40.6 range, we drop below there and we don't have a massive bounce at 39,350 area. We're coming to the 36.7 area, 36.8 area, probably to test this 54 length. But by next week, like I said, it's going to be about 38K. So maybe we just go to 38 and bounce. Jeez, that's hilarious, Yasha. What do you think about the RMSD score that high and prices down? What time frame, Sayron? The one I'm on? No. And I don't have RMS daily. Let me turn on RMS. I don't have the root mean square on. Our root mean squared output. Doing. Considering you can see we're when you have the RMS on, it a lot of the time is going to bounce to that 95% confidence interval. I can go back, right? Reject from there as well. Now, we never this one got to the 95. Yeah, man. Can we come out of here? Sure, we can. This can turn back up to the upside. I'm sure I can find some examples, right? Where it, but as I say that, I mean, you can see right here, it tried to go up. So it just flipped the script, right? Boom, it came back down again. We could damn sure come down about to about the mean up in here somewhere and bounce again and go back up to the upside for sure. Whoops. Not good. Like I said, and here's what's a good thing telling me this is all bull div, right? All bull div building. If this Z score continues down and cancels out all that bull divergence on this Z score, cancels out the bull div that we're building on the daily returns oscillator. Yeah, is what I'm telling you. It doesn't mean we're going to go super low, but it does mean we're going to be down here dicking around for a while, driving people crazy, driving people nuts. So we're going to have to see how this plays out. We really are. I think that was a pretty good analysis for Bitcoin today. Nice little ramble there. So if you're watching this on YouTube for the first time or for the second or third time and you're still going, what the hell's he talking about? Obviously, he knows what he's talking about and it's something good. I just don't get it. Start Googling some of the phrases I'm using, right? Start Googling volatility, probability, and statistics and trading. Do your own research. Or the link to our Discord is in the description of all of our videos. Come check us out in Alpha Trading Discord. Open up a support ticket. Tell us what's on your mind. Check out the shop channel. There's 2 different levels to our Discord that gives you different access to the Alpha Trading system. Got to do that first. You got to get into the server. You can just hang out in the public chat and do whatever they do down in there. I'm not there much. But that being said, we're coming into the weekend. Going to be an important close today to see what happens here over the weekend is going to be real interesting. If something dramatic happens, I'm telling you though, if this thing continues to dump out over the weekend, look for those levels. Look for that first standard deviation on the monthly, 39,350. If it gets by there, look for about that 37, what was it, 37.5 area, something like that. Look for those areas if it happens this weekend. If not, we'll be back Monday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll reevaluate then. Wherever you're at in this crazy nut house of a world, have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. We'll see you Monday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. See you guys.